Hey, it's Fan Fantasy and we're back with another Gunner Heat PC video. Recently there's an update to the thermal systems in the game, which we're going to be checking out in 2 of the missions that I'll be playing. And you can also check out the update video if you're interested in what's new as of July 2025. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button with a heat round and subscribe for more. In our first mission, we're going to be advancing west to capture and secure an objective. We can expect Soviet T-64s and BMPs along the way. One of our platoons will move north and set up a battle position and provide overwatch as we move in and clear the objective. It does seem like the enemy has set up hasty battle positions and are expecting us to attack. And with that said, let's begin our assault. Alright, so we're going to destroy enemy forces on the approach to Link. And yeah, we're going to be approaching from the south. We're going to reach waypoint Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and then we're going to hit south to objective Link right here. And so we're going to destroy the enemy forces. We do have another platoon that is going to be approaching the north, and so that's why we're going to be taking the southern approach. So let's move up time now. And originally the mission uses the M60 A3s, but I do want to use the Abrams just to kind of give you guys a view of the thermals. And so this is how it looks like. I believe this is their second change to their thermal systems, which looks a lot better, and it does have black hot and of course the regular white hot that we're used to. And so yeah, let me know your thoughts if you guys have been enjoying the updates so far on it. And I'm just gonna wait for the rest of my platoon to form up right behind me. And what I'm going to do is we're going to call in some artillery on the suspected enemy location. So probably on the south right here, and we'll call in fixed wing at where India is at right here. And we'll use up more casts once we can confirm any positions, but for now we're going to leave like that until we approach closer to the enemy. And of course with us we do have the M113 APCs as well as the M901s that are right behind us. I think they're going to be going up to the north, but let's make sure that we clear the way for the mechanized infantry. Okay, I am seeing shots fired. Those might be BMP ones that are firing indirect almost. And so we'll use a thermal scan. And while we're approaching this open area, let's move in a line formation. And I do see a thermal signature on the right side. And we do have more thermals just right closer in front of us, but I think that is a destroyed tank. Always good to switch to day sights. And I do have a thermal signature to our left, but I'm not getting any confirmation from our commander. Let's keep scanning. Switch to black hot. Yep, so I'm picking up a signature over there. That might be an APC. Oh, BMP, yep. Looks like our forces in the north are engaging it. Yeah, so it's really up to the gunner's preference to use whatever thermal site they want to use. And, ooh, it looks like I think our cluster support engaged that tank right there. Yep, that is a tank. Let's switch to white hot. Lays and on the way. Target. That's a good hit. And on the way again. Target. Nice. Aim a little bit to the left and on the way. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of them right there. Looks like it's gonna take a lot to kill them, so I'm gonna call in cast just in case. Again, we are facing against T-64s, so it can be tough. There you go. Okay. Either way, the cast will find a new target, but that took a lot of rounds to engage. We're gonna keep going. And switching to black hot. But yeah, I really like this. Really gives the option to confirm targets or not. And big explosion over there. Alright, so let's see how we're doing. I think we're doing okay so far. Wonder how the rest of the company doing for north. And we'll keep scanning to the left as well. And we gotta remember there is something in those tree lines over there from what we picked up earlier on, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. But yeah, how are you guys enjoying Gunner BC if you guys have been playing for a while? I am curious to know how you guys have been enjoying it so far. Definitely, I do wish there's a lot more replayability with the campaign. I mean, the customizations do help a lot, but it'd be nice to be able to have like dynamic missions and all that stuff too. But of course, one thing at a time. Okay, it looks like our cast did engage. Something over there. And let's look behind. Wondering if our company's doing okay. Yeah, it looks like they're still there. Okay, so that looks like a destroyed BMP. And how about that one? That one looks like he is destroyed, so we're good. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna approach from the south. I'm gonna call in smoke probably just right up there in the north to obscure our advance, but I'm gonna keep calling in casts as well as artillery to soften up the objective, and I'll call in smoke once we get a little closer because the smokes don't really last long in this game. All right, so we're gonna move into attack time now. And let's clear whatever is still at the objective. Alright, picking up BMP on. And on the way. Those things can still damage us, so getting heat ready. Ooh, that thing went over my head. Let's keep going. Want to close in. On the way. Target. Next target BMP on, and I think that one's destroyed. There might be one or two more right behind those buildings. Oh, PC on. And firing. And target destroyed. Nice. And let's close in. I'm gonna keep closing in right now. There's one probably down here, maybe. Oh, I do see one right here. There he is. Target. And I think target destroyed. Oh my goodness, that was really close. Oh jeez, he's still up. He's burning. And he tracked me. But we got him and target destroyed. We have cleared objective link. I think we just witnessed a zombie BMP. That was really weird, and I'm curious to see what the AR says about that, but interesting. All right, so the result is that we lost 1 and they lost 32, so definitely a big win for us against the Soviets. But let's take a quick look of the shots. All right, so looking at this, we engaged this T-64B right here, and the first hit looks like it was stomped at the gun barrel right here, so it didn't do too much damage. All right, so it looks like second platoon from the north was able to engage the enemy too, but they also did take some hits as well. And it looks like the T-64 did shoot through this Abrams right here, but it hit the lower hull, so it didn't do too much damage. So the same tank also took a hit, but this time the round did hit the top of the turret and then injured the loader. So yeah, I think the loader was critically hurt for sure in this one. And looks like our platoon And this is our platoon, and we were able to spot the T-64s on the north side of the map. And so yeah, so we were engaging it pretty far out. And yeah, this was stopped by the turret. And same thing, we're hitting the gun barrel, which is why we weren't penetrating through. Yeah, but pretty strong turret for sure. And then the lower hull plating right here stopped it. Eventually, one of the staple rounds from the Abrams from, looks like, is it from our platoon? Oh yeah, it looks like from our platoon, hit the T-64 in the lower hull right here, and that penetrate into the tank, and that did a lot of damage right here. And we eventually did hit the top of the turret, which hit the crew inside, so that one was a good hit. All right, in our final advance right here, there was a BMP that was on the north side right here. The BMP did hit our Abrams, but no damage at all. And then the BMP went after wingman, again, no damage. Unless they hit the side or something like that. So eventually we did use our saber round, hit the BMP right here, smashed right through it, and did hit the gunner. And it looks like this one was facing towards the north, which we were able to engage with the heat round. And this was a critical hit through the turret, and it hit the rounds and exploded the BMP. So this was a very close knife fight against the BMP at like 16 meters, literally. However, it didn't do a critical damage to it. It hit the engines, but it didn't damage the main gun. But it was on fire, which is really cool to see. Which I thought it was dead, but it wasn't until it hit our other call sign right here. Hit the gun barrel. I don't think it damaged it. It looks like it was still okay afterwards. And then hit our left track right here. And so we finished him off right here, which hit the side and into the gun. Alright, so I remember doing this in an older video with the M60A3s, and I remember this was a difficult mission to do. But this time I did replace it with the Soviet forces, so we can expect T-80Bs and Soviet BMPs as well. For our main objective, we're going to be moving up to BP Charlie, and then we're going to occupy it and then engage in whatever entrenched enemy armor is at, which is located in this area here. And then we're going to capture objective Savage just right to our south, and we can expect enemy reinforcements coming from the west or from the south. And so what we're going to do is we're going to call in CAS around this location right here, as well as artillery. And I will call in more artillery once we can confirm where the enemy positions are at. And so we'll move out time now. And let's switch to our thermals and scan. Oh, yep, picking up multiple thermal signatures. Yep, tank on, hull down, and firing. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. We're not gonna be too static in our positions. This is probably a good mission to practice your jockey drills. Okay. Tank on right there. And firing. Target. Target destroyed. One behind those trees right there. Jogging more to the right. We do have another platoon right behind us, but hopefully we don't have to use them way too early yet. Switch to Black Hot this time. Let's see if we can pick them up through here. There he is. And on the way. I think we can engage that. Okay. And firing. Target. Oh, that was a good hit from him. I should have moved a little bit earlier. I was hoping that our platoon would have moved up with them, but I guess he didn't. There he is. And firing. Target. We'll fire one more and then we'll jockey down. Okay, he's still up. Keep calling indirect in that location. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to jockey more to our left right here, see if we can get a good flanking position. If not, then we'll move a little bit more to the left. There he is. And on the way. Good hit. Another tank on that hill right there. Make sure that my barrel isn't hitting the ground. And on the way. Oh, good hit from our wingman. Nice. Get that. Still up. And firing. And nice. Target destroyed. Let's keep scanning, see if there's any more targets. But yeah, I remember doing this with the M68s and it was pretty difficult. Oh, do you see a BMP right there? Let's switch to our heat next. But I think our Sable can go through there. I think our commander's calling it. And firing. Okay, so we are at the BP, but I think there's still more targets in the vicinity. Oh, I think that target might still be up, right? Yep, that tank is up. Firing, and then we'll switch to our Sable. A short. Okay, firing in. Target. He might be immobilized. There you go, finally. Should have taken them at least 2 shots to kill him. Okay, so we advance and occupy BP Charlie. Alright, so we're going to leave first platoon. So far we have 1 casualty in our platoon, so not too bad. Take control of second platoon. But yeah, I remember this was like pretty darn difficult. So we're going to keep moving up. Once more, we're going to just quickly scan the area. Make sure there's no anti-tank or infantry around. Yeah, this was quite a difficult one because the T-80s were hauled down, so definitely a challenge to hit them on the hull. Oh, something just hit in front of us. That might have been an anti-tank. Right there. Yep, BMP on. I'm surprised your commander didn't call it in yet. Firing. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Gonna keep an eye out because we can expect enemies to be coming from the west or from the south, so we're gonna watch out for that. Keep scanning. Yeah, I definitely do enjoy the new thermals. Makes it a lot more interesting with it. Okay, SIG Intel reports that the enemies bring in armor reinforcements. It'd be helpful if they told us where. And then I'm also hearing indirect going on in our BP, so let's try to be careful on that. Alright, we're gonna hold second platoon right here. I'm gonna check on first platoon, see if they're picking up anything from the enemy or not. And one thing about what's good about thermals is that we can actually see them, even if they can't see us. Okay, I'm not picking up things from the west. Let's go back to second platoon. All right, so we're gonna move to our objective area. So, yep, picking up something. Looks like a BMP there. That thing destroyed. Oh, nope, he is alive. On and firing. Target. One more for good measure. And target. Still not seeing the enemy counterattack. We've taken Majority Savage and the enemy is retreating. Nice. There you go. That was a bit of a challenge with the enemy entrenched, but this is it. This is a nice little demonstration of the thermals. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. But we'll end the mission right here and we'll take a look at the AAR real quick. Okay, so we lost 2 and they lost 7, 1 equipment loss, and 9 for them. Alright, so right away we took a hit from the T-80s. Looks like it did hit us right here on the lower hull. And this would have been a fuel leak, I feel like. Alright, so then our one of our wingmen did hit this T-80B right here. Looks like it hit, wow, through the gun barrel and into the tank. And yeah, I think his gun would have been compromised. And also we're using the M833 rounds. This one hit the turret inside, penetrated through. I think it might have damaged the fire control system. Yeah, so one of our rounds did hit, penetrated through it and damaged the commander, looks like. So yeah, he would have been almost red miss. So fortunately, one of our tanks did take a hit by the T-80Bs. This one went right through. This was a good hit, right into the center mass of our Abrams. And I believe it did went through some of the ammo and exploded as well too. And so this was a pretty good hit from that T-80B. Interestingly, one of our wingmen did use a heat round and it bounced right here, exploded, but not much of a damage with the crew or anything like that. So this is kind of a nice, interesting shot right here. The heat round just exploded, but did not penetrate it through. All right, so we did fire a heat round because we had a heat indexed. And so this one actually kind of went through, but it was stopped right there. So it didn't explode or anything. So this is really interesting. And last but not least, this one was the last remaining BMP that we saw at the objective, and we launched a heat round, went right through inside the BMP and hit the fragments, did hit the driver and the commander. And so yeah, that was pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts on the thermal update. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and what's new about Gunner Heat PC. It is nice to come back and to just enjoy what's new of this game. Again, check them out if you're interested. I do have lots of more videos of Gunner Heat PC in the past development in my playlist, which you can check out. But overall, I'm very impressed with the thermals. And as always, if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe for more as I cover tactical games like Gunner Heat PC. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video or stream.